How did you get started in the industry and slash career that you chose to follow?
I didn't choose it.
It chose you.
It chose me. My daughter, Paige, was born healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And at 13 months, she contracted meningitis,
Okay.
which in a short description, it devastated her brain and left her forever disabled. And so I found myself, I had to become her advocate. I had to become her voice. I had to become her champion.
Mm-hmm.
And so in doing so, I found my own voice, and I had to kind of be fearless as I'm talking to these doctors and therapists and teachers and everyone surrounding her care.
Mm-hmm.
And so in doing that, I wanted to make sure that other families hopefully don't go through the things that I went through as I was learning to take care of her. And then subsequently, my youngest son is special needs as well. So I want to teach families how to thrive and how to rise, whether you have the disability or you're loving someone with a disability. So it chose me. This is what God had for me.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. What were some of the biggest challenges that you faced early on, which you kind of described already, but just you can reiterate for me?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was just isolation, judgment, people staring when I took my kids out, or when people don't understand, often they ignore. So
Mm-hmm.
like friends weren't calling because they didn't know what to say.
I get it.
Yeah, and I didn't really know. My kids have something that's rare, and I didn't find myself attached to any group. You know, autism is amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
My kids didn't have autism.
Right.
And so I just I felt lonely a lot, depression, until I realized the journey is the same. You know, you have good days, you have bad days, you have days where you want to choke out somebody, you have days where you're just excited. For instance, Christian, who is now 21, when he was born, they said he'd never lift his head. The doctor knows, right? So I said, but then he did. And I was like, oh, let me stop listening. You know, they have to say what they have to say. But at 17, he sat up on his own. And so most people are like, okay, he's sitting up. I'm like, you don't understand. That's a whole blessing that just happened. So I want people to understand. Sometimes we don't know what to say. I'm saying, what do you need? I don't know. Just do something. Sometimes you just want somebody to sit on the sofa with you, watch TV, just have a conversation. It doesn't have to be anything extraordinary. You don't have to have some special skill. You just have to have the heart to care. So those are some of the things.
I get it. I get it. Was there a moment when you realized you were on the right path as far as putting more time and effort and putting your all into, raising your children with these special needs?
Yeah. From the beginning with Paige, like I said, she's 13 months. She went from being this healthy, vibrant toddler to needing my care for everything. And I made the decision to come out of corporate and completely take care of her. And I would just see, every appointment the doctor would be like, oh, she looks so good. I'm like, well, how else is she supposed to look? But over time, I realized that wasn't always the case. And I realized that I was falling in love with the duties that I had, because this is my child, and it's hard, and it's emotional. It's crazy. The emotional roller coaster is all over the place. But to see her healthy, to go a certain period of time without her being in hospital, I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I challenged the doctor, and doctors don't like that.
No.
But one doctor, she had scoliosis, and the doctor recommended a back surgery.
Scoliosis is
it's the curvature of the spine. Right.
Yeah.
And I said, well, oh, no, we're not going to do that. And he was like, wait, but, we can straighten it. We can do this. I said, so Paige just laid there. She had no movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, so you want me to put her through this painful, hard to recover from? He was like, yeah, but we could, and then we can. And I said, so let me ask you, do you have children? And thank God he did.
Right.
And I said, so if your child presented the way she's presenting right now, would you really put your child through that?
Right.
And I saw it click in him. He goes, I wouldn't.
Right.
I said, I need you to have that mindset as you're talking to other families because we're relying on you and your expertise.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we'll make a decision based upon what you say, and then we're regretting. We have to live with the regret as you go on to the next patient. So that's when I was like, okay, when do you have to use your voice? You have to trust your gut. That sometimes if the doctor says something and you don't agree with it, make them explain it more or just say no, because at the end of the day, you need me to sign this piece of paper
I get it.
and I'm not going to do it. So that's when I kind of realized I can do this.